Welcome to this video about the Sony A7R V and my top 6 things why I bought it and subsequently came to love it. Yesterday I found out that they had the Sony A7R V in stock, 2.5 hour drive from here. So when I got to Mattssons Foto in Lund, I bought the camera because I suspect that they will be out of stock pretty soon. First of all, I will give you my general thoughts on the camera, and then I will dig a bit deeper into the depths of the benefits that I see with the Sony A7R V in comparison to earlier versions. The Sony A7R V is a photography first camera, but with great video performance. The R in Sony A7R V stands for resolution, and the camera is very much suitable for portrait photography, product photography, studio photography, interior, landscape, and things that require high resolution, high quality imaging. It is not a video-centric camera, but it has great video. It has 10-bit 422 video, and it actually also has 8K. First and foremost, I would like to mention the AF system, which has been vastly improved from the Sony A7R IV. I did actually own the A7R IV for a couple of years before I recently sold it when I heard that the Sony A7R V was coming out. The Sony A7R IV is a great camera, which I still recommend, but also if you have the possibility, you should look at the things that are upgraded in the Sony A7R V. The A7R V has AI-powered autofocus with the possibility to track and focus on subjects with high predictability and high precision. You can focus and track on subjects like birds, animals, cars, trains, planes, and obviously also people. My first impression is that it's not only fast, but it's also really easy to use. One thing that I also like with the AF system is the new AI processing unit, which actually gives Sony a possibility to upgrade the AF system with future firmware updates. The stabilization has been improved since earlier versions, and Sony now claims that it is a 8-step stabilization, which is at the very peak of Sony cameras, but also really good in comparison to other brands. I haven't been able to really try this out since I only had the camera for a few days, but as it seems at the moment it works really good. This can come in handy when you don't have access to a tripod or whenever you need to move around on an event where you're taking a lot of pictures on the move. The body is slightly bigger than it was before, and Sony tells us that it has something to do with the cooling system that's incorporated in the camera. It honestly feels a bit better in my hands than the Sony A7R IV, even though the difference isn't that big. Regarding the cooling, I see that as a huge benefit because it will be virtually impossible to overheat the camera in normal conditions. Regarding the body, I would also like to mention the full HDMI port, which I absolutely have come to love since I bought the Sony A7S III. We also have this flip and tilt LCD, which is a 4-axis LCD, and it is super usable and really handy to fold out. I never really fell in love with the tilt screen on the Sony A7R IV due to its limitations when you're taking vertical photos. The new LCD is also brighter, more crisp and larger. New cameras like this has an updated menu system, which might not be perfect, but it's much better than the one that was in the Sony A7R IV. The EVF has a higher resolution and is honestly one of the best EVF solutions I've ever seen on a camera. It is fast, crisp and bright and super usable for reviewing images in the camera, and I find myself using that really often instead of looking at the LCD. As far as video performance go, I won't go into specifications because you can read that online obviously, but I must say that one of the most welcome improvements is the 10-bit 422 video with the ability to shoot S-Log3 in 10-bit and also S-Cinetone. You also have the possibility to shoot 8K with this camera. I might not use that very often, but if you want it, it's there. Other things that I would like to mention about this camera is that it has the ability to focus stack, which I really love, and also I think it's called multi-pixel improved pixel shift multi-shooting, which now incorporates the possibility to handle movements in a better way than the solution that you had in Sony A7R IV, which actually wasn't working really good for that at all. This camera also has anti-flicker shooting, and the Bluetooth is upgraded to Bluetooth 5.0, which gives you the opportunity to tether wirelessly and connect the camera to your tethering unit in a better way with faster and more stable a connection. I am looking forward to explore this camera more the following weeks. I'm going to try it out thoroughly, and hopefully I will be able to share some of my thoughts down the road. I do recommend this camera for serious photographers that are looking for a high resolution solution with an impeccable image quality. Thank you very much for watching. I wish you a really good day.